Everybody's in a hurry to collect what's owed to them. They bang on doors and raise their voice and wonder why they can't get in. But I have learned a different kind of currency in life, the kind that earns its interest slow, much sharper than a knife. My grandfather said, boy, the Lord works slow, and the devil has more patience than you'll ever know. The devil has patience, he don't rush his move. He sits across the table with a stillness you can't groove. He pours his drink real easy, he don't show you what he knows. And when you think you want it all, that's when the devil shows. I watch man who ruined me build 5 years of pride. I watched him sleep in comfort, watched him laugh inside. I watched until I knew the shape of every wall he made. Then I picked the one foundation and I let it all cascade. They call me patient, call me cold, they say I don't react. I say I'm just a student of the art of striking baby. The devil has patience, he don't rush his move. He sits across the table with a stillness you can't groove. He pours his drink real easy, he don't show you what he knows. And when you think you want it all, that's when the devil shows. There's a chair at every table that nobody wants to take. It sits at the head of the room and it don't negotiate. I took that chair at 30, I've been sitting in it since. And every man who thought to move me learned the cost of arrogance. There's a chair at every table that nobody wants to take. It sits at the head of the room, and it don't negotiate. I took that chair at 30. I've been sitting in it since. And every man who thought to move me learned the cost of arrogance. The devil has patience. He just showed his move. Everything you built up was built for me to use. When they thought I was at my lowest, they came with the assumption that the season had me bent. They walked into the story they had written about me in advance and found a different chapter than the one they thought they meant. I let them make their offer, watched them lay it on the table. I let them make their case for what they thought I couldn't fight. I let them feel the fullness of the moment they'd been building. Then I took the offer, folded it, and said, not tonight. The night they tried is the night that built the ceiling. The night they tried is the night that changed the dealing. They came for what they thought was broken, found what had been forged. The night they tried was the last night they had that kind of told the story different to the men who weren't there. I heard they made it something closer to what they prepared. But every man who was in that room knows what the silence said. When they left without the thing they came to take from me instead. There are moments in a man's life that become the line between version before and the version that remains. That night was mine, and I'll tell you what I felt. Not victory, not relief, just confirmation of I already knew about myself. You came for everything I built and left with nothing but the knowledge that you never had the right. from me what's mine for good. They showed me what I'm made of by testing what they thought was soft the night they tried. Is the night that paid off. Seven years is a number until it becomes your life. 7 years is a sentence until it becomes your knife that carves out everything that's soft and leaves the hardest grain. 7 years of who you were, becoming who remains. 7 years I counted ceilings. 7 years I learned the floor. 7 years I built a silence. 7 years and then one door. And what came through that door was not the man who went inside. 7 years don't just pass through you. 7 years decide. The men outside kept living. The world adjusted without me. I studied it through letters and what the absence of them told me. The ones who wrote in the beginning were not the ones who wrote at the end. 7 years is a test of contracts. Most of them, they bend. I don't ask for sympathy for what I did to earn the years. A man owns his decisions, including the ones that cost him here. But I'll tell you what the years gave back that no one talks about enough. They gave me the ability to sit still without going soft. Might angry, just true. 7 years in the dark, and I came out knowing how to see in it. 7 years I counted mornings. 7 years I learned myself. 7 years removed from comfort. 7 years, the greatest wealth of time spent with your own mind, until it stops fighting you. 7 years I paid the cost, and I came back renewed. my empire on the silence of my enemies. Learned early on that trust is just a debt you cannot see. They smiled across the table, shook my hand and called me friend. But I watched their eyes real careful, knew exactly where it ends. They said I'd never rise above the ground where I was born. But every scar they gave me just became a sharper thorn. Cold is the crown on the head of men who walk alone. Silence is the language of a king who's built his throne. I don't speak in anger, and I don't beg for my place. But every man who crossed me learned the meaning of disgrace. Cold is the crown. I pour my wine in solitude and toast the breaking dawn. Watch the men who burn me try to figure where I've gone. I don't the shadows of the past or call for war. I simply become everything they never were prepared for. They mistook my stillness for a weakness in my bones. Now they stand outside the gates of everything I own. Cold is the crown upon the head of men who walk alone. Silence is the language of a king who's built his throne. I don't speak in anger, and I don't beg for my place. But every man who crossed me learned the meaning of disgrace. Cold is the crown. You can't buy what I bled to earn. Every fire that you said I learned. You took what was mine and you walked away clean. Now you're standing before a man you've never seen. I don't raise my voice, I don't raise my hand, I just raise my glass to the end you never planned. Cold is a crown upon the head of men who walk alone. Silence is the language of a king who's built his throne. I don't speak in anger, and I don't beg for my place. But every man who crossed me learned the meaning of disgrace. Cold is the crown.
There is a kind of quiet that the guilty never understand. It isn't peace, it's pressure. It isn't calm, it's the hand of something patient moving slowly underneath the ground. The kind of quiet that arrives before a devastating sound. I have been that quiet, I have been that still. I have waited in the shadow of the moment until every piece was in position. Every variable was clear. That's when I moved, and by the time they noticed, I was already here. They always ask what I was thinking in the hours before. I was thinking of exactly nothing. I was settling the score. Before the storm, there is no warning that you'd recognize. Before the storm, the sky looks normal to untrained eyes. I am the pressure that precedes the breaking of the air. I am the silence before lightning, and I'm already there. I don't announce my movements, I don't let them see me plan. The most dangerous thing in any room is an unread man. They catalog my losses, wrote me off as done. They were making plans for after, but the storm had just begun. Asked the men who underestimated what the silence meant. Asked them what they thought was peace before the pressure bent. Before the storm, there is no warning that you'd recognize. Before the storm, the sky looks normal to untrained eyes. I'm the pressure that precedes the breaking of the air. I am the silence before lightning, and I'm already there. I've watched men panic when the chaos finally came, scrambling for a reason, scrambling for the blame. But I had built the storm myself, stone by stone and quiet. And everything that happened next, I didn't start the riot started me. I was never caught by surprise. I was always the surprise. There is a kind of quiet after that only victors know. Not proud, just still. The way a storm looks right before it goes. The city never sleeps, it just shifts into a different register. The lights don't go out, they just change who they're speaking to. At
3 a.m. the honest city shows you what it really is, without the crowd to dress it up in something close to true. The man below is walking like he's carrying a conversation that ended wrong and hasn't found a place to settle yet. The window in the building across glows amber and consistent. Some kind of work or insomnia or something to forget. City at 3 a.m. That's when the mask comes off. City at 3 a.m. when everything that's soft has gone to bed and left behind the version that is real. City at 3 a.m. is how a city feels when it's not performing. I've watched this city from above on nights I couldn't sleep it off. On nights the weight of everything I carried needed altitude. And every time I stood here in the dark above the ordinary, the city told me something I could never quite conclude. Maybe this is what it means to understand a thing. You have to see it when it isn't watching. You have to catch it in the hours it doesn't know you're looking, and love it for the truth of it, not the performance. City at 3 a.m. I know you better than the day. City at 3 a.m. when you forget to put away the complicated underneath, the commerce and the noise. City at 3 a.m. is a man without a pose. I was born in the dark before I knew what light was for. In rooms where men worked tired and walls held quiet wars. No silver in the bloodline, no safety net below, just a fire in my chest and nowhere else to go. They said that where you start in life is where you're meant to end, that blood will tell on everything and fate will never bend. But I have watched the ceilings fall on men who thought they stood above, and I have seen the floors become the thrones of those who chose to shove. I am not what I was given, I am what I chose to take. Every version of myself before was practice for what I would make. I was born in the dark, but I will not die there. I was built from the cold, but I carry the fire. Every scar on my hands is a chapter of proof that a man who wants nothing can never take you. Born in the dark, born to rise. I wore the same clothes for a season, not from shame but choice. I was saving every fragment, building power, finding voice. I studied every man above me, how he walked and where he slipped. And I waited till I knew the game before I made my trip. They say you cannot choose your beginning, but you own your middle page. And I have written every chapter of my life in careful rage. I was born in the dark, but I will not die there. I was built from the cold, but I carry the fire. Every scar on my hands is a chapter of proof that a man who wants nothing can never take you. To every man who's standing at the bottom, looking up, to every hand that's empty and every empty cup, to every voice that told you that your blood decides your worth, let them watch, just let them watch, let them see what you're worth. You were born for more than what they gave you at the start. You were built from harder things, let it show the world your heart. I was born in the dark and I carried my own light. I was written up before I started and I own the night. I was born in the dark, and I carried my own light. before I knew what light was for. In rooms where men worked tired and walls held quiet wars. No silver in the bloodline, no safety net below. Just a fire in my chest and nowhere else to go. They said that where you start in life is where you're meant to end. That blood will tell on everything and fate will never bend. But I have watched the ceilings fall on men who thought they stood above. And I have seen the floors become the thrones of those who chose to shove. I am not what I was given, I am what I chose to take. Every version of myself before was practice for what I would make. I was born in the dark, but I will not die there. I was built from the cold, but I carry the fire.
I built things that will stand when no one knows my name is on them. I laid foundations under buildings people walk above. I made decisions that will echo 40 years in ripples that nobody will trace back to the source of where they come from. That's how I wanted it, not from a lack of pride, but from a deeper understanding of what permanence requires. The man who builds for credit builds a different kind of structure than the man who builds because the thing itself requires. The invisible legacy is the one that doesn't ask for a plaque. The invisible legacy is the thing that holds the world in the back of the mind of every person who was shaped by what you made. The invisible legacy is the longest kind of mark a man has laid. My name will not be on the bridge, but I know where I put the steel. My name will not be on the building, but I know which floor is real. I did the work that needed doing at the level that it needed, and I sleep the way a man sleeps when his conscience is completed. They will wonder how it held so long. They will study what was underneath. They will find the quality of something built by someone who believed that the work itself was the reward left it at that. I built this without needing you to know it was me. And that is everything I ever wanted to be. The invisible legacy is the one the centuries will find. The invisible legacy is the one that doesn't need a sign. I built it, I am done now. I can go in peace at last. The invisible legacy is the only one that lasts. If I could send a word back to the boy I used to be, standing at the corner of the life he couldn't see, I wouldn't change the hard parts, I'd just change the frame. I'd tell him what looks like destruction has another name. I tell him trust the silence more than anything they say. I tell him the men who leave the quickest, let them go today. I tell him build your patience like you're building stone on stone, and learn the difference between being lonely and alone. Letter to a younger man, didn't know the plan, who thought the storm was punishment instead of reprimand, for something greater waiting on the other side of fear. Letter to a younger man, I wish that you could hear. I tell him every enemy will teach you something true. I tell him the ones who doubt your work, let them review. I tell them love the people who will look you in the eye, and walk beside the darkness without asking you to lie. Most of all, I tell them you're gonna be tested in ways that don't seem fair, in ways that feel like ending. Hold on, just hold on. What's coming is worth everything that's going. As alone as you believed, you were never as broken as you feared. Everything you needed, you already had. You just couldn't see it from in there. Letter to a younger man who carried more than he should.
thought the weight meant something wrong when it meant something good. Who learned that scars are just the proof that you were here and real? Letter to a younger man, from the man you had to build. I built my empire on the silence of my enemies. Learned early on that trust is just a debt you cannot see. They smiled across the table, shook my hand and called me friend. But I watched their eyes real careful, knew exactly where it ends. They said I'd never rise above the ground where I was born, but every scar they gave me just became a sharper thorn. Cold is the crown upon the head of men who walk alone. Silence is the language of a king who's built his throne. I don't speak in anger, and I don't beg for my place, but every man who crossed me learned the meaning of disgrace. Cold is the crown. I pour my wine in solitude and toast the breaking dawn. Watch the men who burn me try to figure where I've gone. I don't diss the shadows of the past or call for war. I simply become everything they never were prepared for. They mistook my stillness for weakness in my bones. Now they stand outside the gates of everything I own. Cold is the crown upon the head of men who walk alone. Silence is the language of a king who's built his throne. I don't speak in anger, and I don't beg for my place, but every man who crossed me learned the meaning of disgrace. Cold is the crown. You can't buy what I bled to earn. Every fire that you said I learned, you took what was mine and you walked away clean. Now you're standing before a man you've never seen. I don't raise my voice, I don't raise my hand, I just raise my glass to the end you never planned. Cold is the crown upon the head of men who walk alone. is the crown. Cold is the crown. The street that built me had no name worth putting on a map. A strip of broken concrete where the promises fell flat. But every man who walked learned a language none could write, the grammar of survival and the dialect of night. Talk about the education, I talk about mine too. Corner of the place where I learned everything I knew. The street that built me wasn't pretty, wasn't kind. They took the soft parts of a boy and left the iron behind. I don't go back often, can't undo what it has done, but everything I am today was started on that run. The street that built me, faster, more energy. I watched the old men play their cards beneath the hanging lights. I watched the hungry ones decide what they were worth at night. Watch the ones who tried to leave and the ones who chose to stay. And I decided somewhere in between I'd build my own damn way. They gave me nothing formal, no diploma and no key, just the education of a place that didn't care for me. The street that built me wasn't pretty, wasn't kind. It took the soft parts of a boy and left the iron behind. I don't go back often, can't undo what it has done, but everything I am today was started on that run. I have stood in rooms with powerful men, and not one of them scared me, because every man I've ever met was softer than that street was to me. It didn't break me, it didn't take me, it made me exactly what they never saw coming. The street that built me wasn't pretty, wasn't kind. It took the soft in me and forged the iron behind. I walk with it, I carry it, I can't undo what's done. The street that built me made me every single one.
father told me never draw your gun unless you mean to end it. And every man deserves one chance to leave before you send it. I sat across from men who begged and men who tried to lie. I poured them all a glass of wine and looked them in the eye. This life was never what I chose. It chose me from the start. I learned to keep my hands real clean by hardening my heart. I am the last of a dying kind, a gentleman with a criminal mind. I live by codes that the world forgot. I give what's earned and I take what's not. The last gentleman. They call it organized, but there ain't nothing organized in grief. When you bury men who trusted you and call yourself a chief. I iron my suit every morning like my father showed me how. Some rituals remind you what you've sworn and what you vowed. They see the suit, they see the cane, they see the silver ring. They never see the boy who lost everything to be this thing. I am the last of a dying kind, a gentleman with a criminal mind. I live by codes that the world forgot. I give what's earned and I take what's not. The last gentleman. You wanna know the cost of all this power? Every quiet room, every sleepless hour, every name I carry like a stone beneath my chest, every deal I made just to outlast the rest. I gave everything, and still they wanted more. I bled on every flaw, and still they called for a gentleman with a criminal mind. I live by codes that the world forgot. I give what's earned and I take what's not. The last gentleman. The last gentleman. My grandfather came with nothing but his name. He built his world with both his hands through fire and shame. They called our family crooked, called our blood a curse. But every man I've met in church has done far worse. He told me on his deathbed, with a candle burning low, there are two kinds of honor, son, the kind they see and the kind you know. There is blood on the marble where the innocent have knelt. There are prayers in the darkness for the hands that mercy dealt. We are not the villains that they wrote about in books. We are fathers, we are brothers, they just never thought to look. Blood on the marble. I named my firstborn after every man I had to break. I kept a record of each choice and what was truly at stake. Not proud of every chapter, not ashamed of what I am. A man is what his circumstances built him. Understand? They light their candles for the saints and spit upon our doors, but behind their holy silence they have done far worse than war. There is blood on the marble where the innocent have knelt. There are prayers in the darkness for the hands that mercy dealt. We are not the villains that they wrote about in books. We are fathers, we are brothers, they just never thought to look. My father said, loyalty is not a word, it is a life. Silence is not weakness, it is a sharpened knife. And a man who breaks his word has already died. He just hasn't stopped breathing yet inside. We bled for this ground, we prayed for this life, and still they call us animals, and still they sharpen the knife. There is blood on the marble where the innocent have knelt. There are prayers in the darkness for the hands that mercy dealt. We are not the villains that they wrote about in books. We are fathers, we are brothers. Take a closer look. Blood on the marble. Blood on the marble. I shook his hand a little longer than I had to. I looked him in the eye the way you do when it's the last. I didn't say the words that would have told him what was coming. I just memorized his face and let the moment pass. She poured the coffee one more time and stood beside the window. I watched her like a man who's memorizing light. I took the coat, I took the key, I left the photograph behind and closed the door so gently, like it wasn't closing night. This is the last goodbye that nobody will name. This is the door that closes and never opens the same. I don't get a ceremony, I don't get a final scene, just a morning full of ordinary things and the space between. I drove through every street that built the man I was becoming. I stopped once at the corner where the whole thing had begun. I sat with it for longer than a ghost has got the right to, then pointed toward the highway and I drove into the sun. No anger in the leaving, no regret in the design, just the understanding that some exits aren't resignations, they are simply time.
This is the last goodbye, the kind that goes unsaid. This is the last goodbye for a man the world thinks dead. Not gone, just somewhere different, not lost, just finally free. This is the last goodbye from the last version of me. 7 years is a number until it becomes your life. 7 years is a sentence until it becomes your knife that carves out everything that's soft and leaves the hardest grain. 7 years of who you were, becoming who remains. 7 years I counted ceilings. 7 years I learned the floor. 7 years I built a silence. 7 years and then one door. And what came through that door was not the man who went inside. 7 years don't just pass through you. 7 years decide. Oh, the man outside kept living. The world adjusted without me. I studied it through letters and what the absence of them told me. The ones who wrote in the beginning were not the ones who wrote at the end. 7 years is a test of contracts. Most of them, they bend. I don't ask for sympathy for what I did to earn the years. A man owns his decisions, including the ones that cost him here. But I'll tell you what the years gave back that no one talks about enough. They gave me the ability to sit still without going soft. Just true. 7 years in the dark, and I came out knowing how to see in it. Seven years I counted mornings. 7 years I learned myself. 7 years removed from comfort. 7 years, the greatest wealth of time spent with your own mind until it stops fighting you. 7 years I paid the cost, and I came back renewed. I've been right about most things, say that without apology. I've built enough to know the shape of what I know. But there was one time, one specific winter in my late 30s, where I was wrong in a way
that took 5 years to show. I thought I understood a man because I'd studied him for seasons. I thought the reading I had done was close enough to truth. I acted on that confidence without the margin for the error, and it cost me more than I had planned to lose. The one time I was wrong was the most expensive lesson. The one time I was wrong was the most useful session of everything I've learned in 40 years of careful moving. The one time I was wrong is the thing I'm still improving from. I didn't hide from it, I sat inside the consequence directly. I didn't make excuses for the calculation that had failed. I took apart exactly where the thinking had gone sideways, and I rebuilt the whole methodology from what it had unveiled. I'm telling you this plainly because the man I wanna be is honest about the limits of what he thought he knew. The most dangerous thing walking is a man who's never been wrong, who hasn't built the muscle of accounting for the cost. Don't be that man. The one time I was wrong taught me how to be more right. The one time I was wrong turned the error into light. I don't celebrate the mistake, but I honor what it gave. The one time I was wrong made me someone worth the page.
If I could send a word back to the boy I used to be, standing at the corner of the life he couldn't see, I wouldn't change the hard parts, I'd just change the frame. I'd tell him what looks like destruction has another name. I tell him trust the silence more than they say. I tell him the men who leave the quickest, let them go today. tell him, build your patience like you're building stone on stone, and learn the difference between being lonely and alone. Letter to a younger man, didn't know the plan, who thought the storm was punishment instead of reprimand, for something greater waiting on the other side of fear. Letter to a younger man, I wish that you could hear. I tell him, every enemy will teach you something true. I tell him, the ones who doubt you, work and let them review. I tell him, love the people who will look you in the eye and walk beside the darkness without asking you to lie. Most of all, I tell him, you're gonna be tested in ways that don't seem fair, in ways that feel like ending. Hold on, just hold on. What's coming is worth everything that's going. You are never as alone as you believe. You are never as broken as you feared. Everything you needed, you already had. You just couldn't see it from in there. Letter to a younger man who carried more than he should, who thought the weight meant something wrong when it meant something good, who learned that scars are just the proof that you were here and real. Letter to a younger man, from the man you had to build. Put on my coat this morning with a different kind of weight. Said goodbye to every room and every promise, running late. The photographs still on the wall, I left them where they stood. Some things deserve to stay behind in the only life that's good. A man who's done what I have done don't get a clean exit. He gets a quiet morning and a coat
and that's about the size of it. One last coat, one last door, one last look at everything I said I'd die for. One last night of knowing who I was and what I'd been. One last coat on the back of a man the world will not see again. I left the keys on the counter by the coffee I won't drink. I stood beside the window for a moment just to think about the life that could have been if certain roads had turned, and whether I was leaving or just going where I'd earned. You don't mourn the life you lived, you only mourn the life you missed. And mine was never on the list. One last coat, one last door, one last look at everything I said I'd die for. One last night of knowing who I was and what I'd been. One last coat on the back of a man the world will not see again. I'm not running, I'm not hiding, I'm just done with the particular geometry of this particular life. Some men go out with fire, some go out with a name. I'm going out the back way, which is roughly how I came. One last coat, one last door, one last look at everything I bled and lived for. One morning without anyone to hold me to my past. One last coat on the back of a man who chose to leave at last. I made a ghost of him the day I stopped returning calls. I made a ghost of him by absence, nothing else at all. No confrontation, no betrayal, no dramatic final scene. Just the slow erosion of a man who used to mean everything. I told myself the reasons, and they sounded reasonable. The distance was protective, I was keeping things clean. But somewhere past the silence and the years I wasn't watching, he became a ghost I made, not something in between. The ghost ghost I made of him still sits in certain chairs. The ghost I made of him still walks in certain stairs. I pass his name sometimes in rooms that hold our past. The ghost I made of him was not supposed to last this long. I see his children now on photographs I wasn't in. I calculate the seasons of the years I let begin without him, and I wonder at the architecture of my reasons and whether they were real or whether I was just convenient. There is a kind of harm that doesn't need a weapon, just a door you stop opening and a phone you stop answering. And I am guilty of it, and I carry it clean, the way a gentleman carries the things that cost him, without making it anyone else's weight. The ghost I made of him is the only one I see. The ghost I made of him is the version next to me of who I could have been if I had made a different call. The ghost I made of him is partly me after all.
I was born in the dark before I knew what light was for, in rooms where men worked tired and walls held quiet wars. No silver in the bloodline, no safety net below, just a fire in my chest and nowhere else to go. They say that where you start in life is where you're meant to end. That blood will tell on everything, and fate will never bend. But I have watched the ceilings fall on men who thought they stood above, and I have seen the flaws become the thrones of those who chose to shove. I am not what I was given.
I am not what I was given.
I am what I chose to take.
I am what I chose to take.
Every version of myself before was practice for what I would make. I was born in the dark, but I will not die there. I was
in the dark.
Born to rise. I wore the same clothes for a season, not from shame but choice. I was saving every fragment, building power, finding voice. I studied every man above me, how he walked and where he slipped. And I waited till I knew the game before I made my trip. They say you cannot choose your beginning,
But you own your middle page
and I have written every chapter of my life.
in careful read.
I was born in the dark,
Born in the dark,
but I will not die there.
will not die there.
I was built from the cold,
Built from the cold,
but I carry the fire. Every scar on my hands
born in the dark.
is a chapter of proof
Chapter of proof.
that a man who wants nothing can never take you. To every man who's standing at the bottom looking up, to every hand that's empty and every emptied cup, to every voice that told you that your blood decides your worth, let them watch,
Just let 'em watch.
let them see what you're worth. You were born for more than what they gave you at the start. You were built from harder things. Let it show the world your heart. I was born in the dark,
Born in the dark.
and I carried my own light.
Born in the dark.
I was written off before I started,
Born in the dark.
and I own the night. I was born in the dark,
I was born in the dark,
but I will not die there.
but I will not die there.
I was built from the cold,
Built from the cold,
but I carry the fire.
I carry the fire.
Every scar on my hands
Scar on my head.
is a chapter of proof.
Chapter of proof.
Every road that they closed, oh, I made into a truth. Born in the dark,
Born in the dark.
born to rise, born to prove that the dark made me.